Всем привет, с вами Мимико, и я продолжаю проходить назад в будущее. Это все еще первый эпизод, и начинаем с этого момента, как только машину поставил он за рекламный стенд, или как это правильно называется. Хилвелли, 2 мили. Ну, чуть-чуть придется пройтись, я думаю, в этом нет ничего страшного. Небольшая прогрузка и посмотрим. По-моему, я помню, как проходить дальше, но там будет не так уж и просто догадаться без предварительного, скажем так, оббегания всего и вся, и это не совсем будет очевидно.
Einstein, where do you go now, boy?
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Знакомая женщина,
me?
да?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man in the street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
Это какая-то ошибка.
There's gotta be some sort of mistake here. Carl wouldn't do something like that.
It's surprising the lengths a person will go to when it's a clear-cut matter of right and wrong. You've got an honest look about you. You do support the side of righteousness, I trust.
Ну, конечно, да, я его поддерживаю, хорошо.
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Слушай, ты сама хотя бы понимаешь, какая ты надоедливая. Так, где мне их найти?
Ask him where I can get the address.
Ah, I see! Because you want to blast it to smithereens just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Его лицо, вот это недоумение, оно бесподобно. Давайте Майклом Корлеоне. Вот, идеально.
Michael Corleone.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Corleone. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
И сейчас здесь должно быть что-то...
I know. I met you back. I'm familiar with your work.
А, нет.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc. I gotta find Doc.
Ну и нам все показывают на полицейский участок. Так, ушел на обед, скоро вернусь. Во время ходьбы удерживайте правую кнопку мыши, чтобы Марти бежал. Но он вполне себе бежит с шифтом. Переходить дорогу мы, по-моему, только по этим линиям можем. Сейчас по-быстрому в тюрьму сходим и дальше будем исследовать это место. Управление, конечно, не то чтобы очень приятное, но это лучше, чем ничего.
Doc.
Marty,
Doc.
what are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan, right. But what?
Давай вернемся во времени.
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Давай предупредим власти.
Why don't we tell the authorities?
Tell them what? That my friend from the future has proof that I'll be murdered tomorrow? They'd ship us both off to the loony bin. And trust me, you don't want to see the inside of a 1931 insane asylum.
Это да, это правда. Давай защитим тебя.
Why don't we try to tough it out? Now that we know what's coming, maybe we sneak it past the gangsters with a bulletproof vest or something.
That might work with 1 or 2 bullets, but from the looks of this article, it appears that I'm going to be mowed down in a hail of Tommy gun fire that rendered the innocent stranger little more than a pulpy mass of bones and gristle.
Who writes like that?
According to the byline, one Edna Strickland.
I should have guessed.
Давай поговорим с гангстерами.
Hey, maybe I could talk to the gangsters. Tell them they're about to shoot the wrong guy.
I don't think the criminals of this era are going to be very receptive to a complete stranger telling them that their secret assassination plan is misguided. Do you?
Ну, можно устроить себе побег, да.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me. 1931 me.
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely.
Что насчет пространственного временного континуума?
Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
Как мне убедить тебя завершить реактивный бур?
How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail?
Absolutely not. Whatever you do, you can't tell my younger self anything about time travel. I won't come up with the inspiration for the flux capacitor for another 24 years.
Then what am I supposed to...
Just be your charming self. From what I remember, I'm a pretty easygoing kid, so enlisting me in a scientific adventure should be a piece of cake.
А где мне найти молодого тебя?
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Смотря на Марти, я, кажется, понимаю, откуда пошла мода на такие брови, как... Ну, вы поняли. У него достаточно интересные брови. О, мы туда пройти можем.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No.
Then scram.
А если сказать, что да? Вот так вот в полицию не пускают. Столовая. Столовая прямо здесь. Дверь столовой. Хорошо они эту манеру скопировали идеально почти.
McFly?
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right. That's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
По-моему, в фильме здесь началась драка, и в итоге альтернативный Биф попал в мусоровоз или в что-то такое там было. Нет, скорее всего, он попал в навоз. По-моему. Возможно, это было позже, но, по-моему, это было сейчас. В общем, я не помню. Будем вспоминать потихонечку. Стеллаж с приправами.
Nice rack.
Yeah, we got all kinds of culinary enhancements back there.
В меню на сегодня было написано суп капустный. Резерв для приюта. Дверь, которая немножечко закрыта и нам недоступна. Дверь на кухню. Кстати, на столах ничего точно не лежит? Нет, нет. Ладно, кьюбол.
Okay. Hey, never mind.
Да можешь просто сказать сразу же, что ты хочешь. Зачем эйкать? Так, сложенные столы.
What are those tables for?
We keep a few extra tables around for our end-of-the-month hobo soirees.
Тоже дверь там. Невозможно открыть пока что. Некий парень. Надписи.
For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Actually, I won't be born for about 40 years.
Так. Ну, давайте попробуем открыть. Безнаделка.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
Так, телефон.
Brown residence.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
courthouse. Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Так. Здесь ничего нет, но мы поговорим с парнем.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Резонно. Пойдемте в здание суда. Труба.
Looks like these pipes go into the basement.
Так, здание суда. Где же у нас было здание суда? Адвокатское бюро. Вывеска банка. Там уже про суп. Может быть, в адвокатском бюро?
Gale, Zemeckis, and Fine. Attorneys at law. No solicitors.
Адвокатам вход воспрещен. Так, банк. Прочекаем.
Bank of Italy?
Ну, вот так. Обломки подпольного бара.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that?
В машинках здесь можно даже ничего не смотреть, не будет. Работы нет. Подумай о своих близких, будь трезвым. Вступай сегодня в общество трезвенников. В продаже клей. Карандаши. Знаете, вот вступай в общество трезвенников и продажа клея, это, ну, кто знает, тот поймет.
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, Bob.
Слушайте, какие грубые в этом Хиллвейле все. Ужасные. Прически и бороды, все и сразу.
Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like? A hunting lodge?
Очень грубые. Дверь ночлежки. Великое оружие. Тут справа я не вижу, что написано. Мы рады
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients.
постояльцам. Ну, слушай, случайным гостям как бы так нормально в отелях. Акула.
Wow, looks like they used a real shark.
Скоро во всех кинотеатрах вы больше никогда не осмелитесь плавать в океане. Так, салон, авто, что-то там. И, по-моему, здесь конец дороги. Да, он больше туда не идет. Окей, переходим на другую сторону. Двери здания суда.
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, H2A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than...
Ну, туда нам уже нет смысла. Мы пойдем за Доком.
Or do we take H to stand for permitting a line operator? But in that case, H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A
Ну,
minus
остановись.
expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible?
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Чем ты занят?
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
До которого сколько ты работаешь? Ну, пожалуйста. Ну вот ошибочка небольшая. Давайте это исправим. До скольки ты
So,
работаешь?
Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
Как насчет уйти пораньше?
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda? What do you say?
Don't Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Кажется, ты немного напуган.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Я слышал, ты много работаешь над реактивным буром.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science. Of the speed relative to the speed
Он
of
очень
light.
запуган.
Oh, which brings back to age.
Давайте поймаем беднягу. Эммит!
Hello?
No solicitors!
Так, ну, он возвращается. Мы его
Come
ловим.
on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Брось, расскажи мне о своем реактивном буре.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong. It might well be equal to age expectation value, but only if...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Не волнуйся, я тоже ученый.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Не волнуйся, я никому не скажу про бур.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character! Later then, naturally, H2 of A multiplied by
уж
the
этот
inversion
Эммет.
of H has to come out less than expectation value of A, right?
Давай, остановись
What
ты.
am I missing here?
Боже мой, это управление.
Well, no.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr.
Придется
Corleone.
прослушивать. Ой, есть кое-что важное, что для тебя, что нужно сделать.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the legal eagle act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Итак, насчет твоего реактивного бура.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Ну тут я, кстати, не помню, что мне ему надо вручить. Может быть, дневник ему вручить попробовать. Стоп. Ладно. Нам нужно. Ждем.
Now if H stands...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Кажется, ты немного напуган, но это уже все было.
Sounds like you're a little scared.
Scared of my scene. I don't have a dark...
И теперь он уйдет.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
В общем, я что-нибудь сейчас придумаю. Меня тут еще собачка сидит. Эйнштейн.
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Нормально. Так. Ну, теперь я тогда вспоминаю, что тут было. Что-то еще было связано вот с этим местом. Сюда мы не можем пройти. Хорошо. Так. Мне надо было что-то придумать. Сейчас я сначала к Доку схожу. Потому что его молодая версия со мной говорить не хочет.
Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
В общем, я встретил молодого тебя.
Well, I met your younger self.
Great.
And I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
Эммет говорит, что что он не ученый.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Oh, Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections, so I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him, but right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
Молодой Эммет много бормочет.
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The expo?
Yes, the Expo! How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure, one which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
И этому надо радоваться. А как выставка связана с бормотанием?
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know. H to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Я не могу разобрать, что бормочет молодой Док.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
И у нас есть диктофон. Кажется, ты реально повернут на профессию юриста.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
Как мне заставить молодого Дока доверять тебе?
What do
Доверять
I do
мне?
to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure. Maybe if we solve that problem he's working on, he'll be more inclined to trust you.
Ну, это понятно. Тогда мы
Let's
сейчас
talk about your
выходим.
younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Да, дедлайн. Так. Диктофончик. Сейчас мы его поймаем. Кстати, куда он ушел? Ага, вижу. Пока мы развернемся с этим управлением, мы как раз вполне себе до него дойдем. И он выйдет уже из здания. Выходи. Давай.
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Шикарно. Просто было. Эммет же ведь не знает, скорее всего, еще, что это такое. Давай, 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 ну, пожалуйста. Так, инвентарь. И юзаем на окошко.
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
Он, по-моему, какую-то чушь сейчас произнес. Окей, идем к Доку и его немножечко обрадуем. Решением головоломки, пожалуйста, не заходи в это здание. Я не хочу крутиться около него еще 3 часа. Ну, пожалуйста. Пожалуйста, Док.
Will you just give me a chance?
Я поймала
Harassment's a
его.
federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Ага, это Гамильтон.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Я читал Жюля Верна.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office! I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Мне нужен твой реактивный бур.
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Мне нужна полностью рабочая модель.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. Part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Так, и у нас судебная повестка для Артура. Или Артур. Неважно. Сейчас мы с ним поговорим. У нас, кстати, Эдна появилась.
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
Что за эксклюзив?
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, you mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
Что за общество трезвости?
What's the Stay Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
Вы разводите суп?
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
Извините за Эйнштейна.
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
Так, я могу помочь с доставкой супа.
Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities.
Oh, which ones?
The, Mario Brothers.
Ah, yes. The Italians do so many good works.
If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup.
Now hold your horses, let's not get over eager. I drive the soup cycle in this town, and I'm not about to turn it over to an upstart. But if you're well connected with the local charitable institutions,
Yeah?
you can let me know when they're running low on soup.
Я знаю, каким приютам нужна доставка супа.
As a matter of fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup.
Oh, who?
В доме престарелых.
The rest home.
Those dear old-timers. Soup is one of the few pleasures they have left. All right, Edna, just think of all those poor unfortunates and hold your nose. Mr. Donnelly!
Вот так вот мы отправили куда-то Эдну. И давайте снова пойдем пообщаемся с этими ребятками. Точнее, не снова, а первый раз,
Sorry,
господи.
boss. Get out of here. How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
Я думаю, пуля тебе в башку пойдет. Думаю, я здесь, чтобы почистить вашу обувь. Ладно. Мы зато сможем с ним о чем-то поговорить. Я ищу Артура МакФлая.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee. He's very busy today.
А вы знаете, где он?
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
А когда я с ним смогу встретиться?
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
Это случайно не шляпа Арти?
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut ball.
Можно мне взять немного арахиса?
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Не возражаете, если я возьму? Там, по-моему, чизкейки.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, break time's over. Back to work.
Чем вы занимаетесь?
I guess you won't talk about your business.
Why not? I got nothing to hide. I recently acquired controlling interest in the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen.
Вы не похожи на любителя супа.
Isn't a soup kitchen an odd line of business for a guy like you?
I like soup. Plus, I got a heart as big as all outdoors. Buff a little harder. I want to see myself in the toes.
Почему вы прогнали общество трезвости?
How come you won't let the Stay Sober Society hold their meeting in the cellar of your soup kitchen?
We got other plans for that cellar, and it don't necessarily involve staying sober.
Так, ниже. Я могу заняться доставкой супа?
Hey, I represent United Charities of Hill Valley. can you authorize me to pick up soup from your establishment and deliver it to some very deserving souls?
Nah, that Strickland dame's got the charity racket pretty much locked up. No point in giving her competition.
Так, а еще ниже насчет Эдны.
Edna Strickland thinks your soup kitchen might not be on the up and up.
That dame gets on my nerves. Got a great pair of gams, though.
Так. Ладно, насчет
About
Артура еще
Marti
раз
MacFlai.
спросим.
Yeah.
So what more
Ничего
thing
нет.
about that hat?
You're testing my patience.
Можно мне взять немного арахиса? Еще раз посмотрим.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Что это там?
Hey kid,
Yeah.
what the hell is that?
Hey!
What'd you do?
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett! Emmett!
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen.
Как обычно.
Ow! Fix me up!
Здесь все-таки такое сделали подобное.
Where'd you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
И так. Так, вывеска меховщика, банк. Только сегодня вчерашний суп — это классная вывеска. Нет, ну мне как бы нужно найти хоть что-то. Давай с тобой поговорим. Что мы знаем о Киде Таннине?
How about Kid Tannen? What do we know about him?
He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's not very bright, and he doesn't like anybody getting in his way.
Yep, that's a Tannen, all right.
Почему топливо для бура сделано из спирта?
This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on fuel that, you know, isn't illegal?
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You of all people should know that.
Это да. Это судебная повестка для Артура МакФлая?
This subpoena's for Arthur MacFly?
Have you seen him?
For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding.
Brilliant deduction, Einstein.
Что мы знаем об Артуре МакФлае?
What do you know about Arthur MacFly?
Certified accountant. Graduated Hill Valley 5 classes ahead of me. Seems like a nice fellow, actually.
How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen?
Who knows? Sometimes people find themselves stuck in situations they can't get out of.
Можно использовать что-нибудь вместо спирта?
But couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know, gas maybe?
Gasoline? Yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
О той судебной повестке.
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to expose me to different kinds of people. All he's exposed me to is a lot of new curse words.
Почему ты не уходишь?
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no?
Look, what's the worst thing that can happen to me on this job?
You could get shot.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
Есть идеи, где мы можем найти Арти МакФлая?
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
Окей.
We'll get that subpoena delivered. My name isn't...
Michael Corleone!
Yeah.
Может быть, мы дадим понюхать собачке?
Hey, honey. Come here for a sec, boy. Hey, boy. Can you find the guy who belongs to this hat?
Where's he going?
Only one way to find out. Huh. Deja vu.
Знаете что, наверное, на этом я пока что остановлюсь. Достаточно много времени прошло. И сделаю я 3-й выпуск, чтобы вас не нагружать всем в одной серии или не делать ее слишком длинной. Поэтому увидимся еще с вами. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки. Всем пока-пока. До встречи.